Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel this evening. It's Fox and JFK. Evening, gentlemen.
Hello, Ox here. Hello, Fox. How you doing, guys?
Evening, Jimmy. Evening, Ox. How we doing, boys?
I'm all right. Just to let you know the latest for the Bridgeman cruise, Fox. I don't know if you've heard. He took off that one on the Clyde today and moved to the P&O Britannia to try and keep peace. Yes.
Oh dear.
He was a busy man with a bridge.
Captain Pugwash.
Aye.
Parahandy. Brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
How are you, JFK?
I'm good, mate. Still bit wet today as usual in Glasgow. But apart from that, I'm brand new. I'm looking forward to rally around the Rangers tomorrow night. It's looking forward to that. But yeah,
I believe some of my battalion are there tonight. Is that right?
Yeah, the Stumps battalion are on mass there. They've all taken over the pavilion.
They don't day mass, mate.
Well, they don't day mass, no. But I know that might be something that might be in the tabloids tomorrow. Knowing them as I do and you do, so we'll see how that pans out later on in the evening and tomorrow. But I hope they enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm okay, pal. I'm fighting fit. Knees good. Looking forward to doing a day tomorrow to the rally around the Rangers. I'm looking forward to the parade for young Robert Mulholland Saturday. So the leg's good. I'm ready to go out.
All right, can we, Rangers Radio, give a shout out once again to the star of last night's show? That's, let me just make sure I get the name right here. I don't want to make this wrong because I got a lot of messages about this after the show for all the best wishes. The little baby, Billy Blue, and his family. There was a lot of messages came in last night after we mentioned it and people seen it on Twitter. We're right behind you, and if there's anything that Rangers Radio can do for Billy Blue and his family, please let us know because the wee man's a fighter and deserves all the breaks he can get.
Yeah.
How are you, Fox?
I had a busy day. I had the old peenie on the day out scrubbing my front step. I've had a busy day.
I heard a wee whisper you had a friend in today. Is there any truth in this rumour?
Well, that can't be confirmed at the moment.
Right, okay, because the story I got from a very good source for Fife, I'm no one for divulging my sources, that she broke your sunglasses and she sat on them. Is this true?
I can't comment on that, mate.
But the added bit was you were actually wearing them at the time. Is this also true?
Can't comment.
Right, okay. I'm just the information I'm getting. He's a busy man, JFK.
I'm intrigued now, and I'm frightened to ask. Who was it?
I'm hearing it's a blast for the past, but that's another story.
Okay. An old flame then. Okay, we'll keep it at that.
Anyway, get me tomorrow night. Stevie G speaking to the people today. Obviously, there's some scoops in his interview, so I'll maybe give you an idea of where we're going to go and how the team's going to line up. So get yourself in mute. We'll hear from Stevie G and we'll then see where the show takes us. Is that all right with you two?
Yep, where you go, mate?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Can you ask about the post in China?
Yeah, unaware. No bids, as it was from the last time we answered it. I'm not sure whether he's going to do the interview for you, though. I'm not sure.
After the game, how do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a game we're looking forward to. I believe we should have got the job done a week ago, but we left ourselves work to do, so we're here to do it. Players are in good shape, train really well. We've come over here with a fully fit squad besides Stephen Davis, and everyone's focused and tuned in to finish the job off. We know it'll be tough. European games away from home, whoever you come up against always pose you different challenges, so we believe we're ready for that, and we're here to get the job done.
What's the issue with Stephen?
He had a tight hamstring after the Derby game. I think, at a real big push, he probably could have been with us, but at this stage of the season, such an important player, it's not worth taking a risk.
Will be okay for Lamar Sunday?
I think he'll have a good chance.
Despite the advantage, Stephen, do you want to see the same aggression from your team tonight as this is the early first leg?
Yeah, I want to see the same positive approach. As far as I'm concerned, last week's gone. We start this game 0-0 and we're coming here to win the game. I think it's always dangerous if you start thinking about advantages and how the first leg went. I want the players to approach this game in isolation, and yes, I want to see us build on a very positive pre-season. I said to the players after the Derby game, now giving people minutes, and the pre-season preparation's gone. We're now got to put our foot on the gas and go for real. We're approaching our domestic season, so we want to go into the Kilmarnock game in a good place, and the only way we can do that is to get a positive result tomorrow night. So I'm looking for a good, solid away performance and a win.
You have to juggle your team selection in terms of night and Sunday. Do you have one eye on Sunday in terms of who plays and who doesn't?
I'll be surprised if both 11s are exactly the same, but I'll be picking two very strong teams for both games. I think the squad we've got now, if I do make minor changes, I don't see a big difference, but I'll be very surprised if the team's exactly the same. But we'll wait and see. I won't give anything away in terms of team selection. The players don't know the team yet, but everyone's knocking on the door. Glenn will back me up. This last 3-4 days has been very, very intense in training. People are wanting to start, and everyone's pushing, which is great for me.
What do you expect to see from progress, given that they're obviously looking for 3 goals?
I think they'll have confidence at home. I think they had a couple of decent moments for them last week when our keepers had to make a couple of good saves. So I'm sure they'll be a bit more positive and a bit more ambitious as they were last week. But I believe if we approach it right, that should play into our hands. If they approach it the same, the game will look the same as last week. But I doubt that very much, because at some stage in the game they have to show their hand and come out and try and be adventurous. And that's when we've got to really pounce on opportunities that are left behind.
Can I ask also Jurgen's comments after the Liverpool game on Sunday about Ryan?
I don't think that's got anything to do with tomorrow's game, has it? But Jurgen's come out and basically gave the answer that will come out of my mouth anyway, so it's been addressed and we move on.
Is that the end of it for you then with Ryan?
Where we are right now, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I think we respect Liverpool's stance, and we thank them very much for allowing us to work with Ryan for the year. And we've obviously got a Liverpool player at the moment in Shea, who started very well. I had a good conversation with Jurgen on the phone a few days ago, and we totally respect Liverpool's position on it.
You said a couple of days ago that you're still looking to get one more in. Would that then be somebody else in the possibility, if not maybe Ryan, is it another white?
I think that's a possibility, but there's no rush to do that. I think the squad's in a decent place at the moment, so we'll go with what we've got at the moment. If something was to pop up that makes us better, and we think it'll make it better, we'll take it to the board, and then the answer will be with them.
Would a deal for Ryan just be too rich for the club to try to buy him, Stephen?
I haven't asked that question, but I think the answer would probably be yes.
Glenn, can I ask how you assess the challenge of the game tomorrow night? A lot of people from afar will look and see that the tie is almost done. How do you feel about it?
Just like the manager said, we're going to look and go into this game as a 0-0 game. So we have to go out there and win the game.
Okay, anyone more from Luxembourg media? Yeah?
Sorry, I didn't hear the first questions. What kind of game are you expecting tomorrow, Mr. Gant?
I think it'll be a tough game if we allow it to be tough. I think if we focus on Rangers and show our best, I think it'll be enough for us to get a positive result. But we come here with respect. Last week we were a bit frustrated that we never got a bigger advantage, so that left us with some work to do, and we're here to do that work. Progress have got some good individual players, and they proved a couple of years back if we don't approach it right and show the right attitude, we could find problems for ourselves, and that's not what we want. We want to come here and put in a strong performance, get our defensive shape and our organisation right, and we believe there'll be moments in the game when Progress try to be ambitious where we can go and hurt them, because they're the ones with the problem where the Thailand's right now. They've got a problem because they're 2 goals behind, so it'll be interesting to see what their approach is. But as I say, we're focused on coming here and performing well.
Considering that the Progress striker Myron de Almeida already scored 3 goals in this competition, is he the main man to follow for your defence?
I think he's a good player. The squad are aware of his attributes, but we can't worry about what he's done in the past because he hasn't played against Rangers yet. So there's nothing to say on it. He's a good player. We respect him, and the defenders will have a job to try and keep him quiet.
All right, thanks for that, Fox. The big, obviously, the thing team-wise was Stephen Davis had a slight tweak in a hamstring. I hope it's nothing too serious, Fox.
No, hopefully not. He did say he could have made it a push. It'll just be a case of Ryan Jackal sitting there between Aribo and Kamara, mate. It's not going to make a great deal of difference to us, I don't think.
All right, JFK?
Yeah, I agree with the Fox is saying there. I mean, it's precautionary. No use taking chances with him. We all know it's 2-0 up. Second half's coming tomorrow night, so we should win it. So as the Fox says, there's not much point in taking any chances. Keep him fit for Sunday. Hopefully can make it for Sunday. But yeah, Brian Jack will just probably slot in there, and there'll not be much personnel change otherwise. But yeah, the gaffer's got to leave him. Got to leave him. Good shout.
So that's a midfield for the 2 use for tomorrow night. It's Jack, Aribo, Kamara. Is that the both these agree?
Aye, that's been much different.
All right, okay.
I would say that, aye.
All right. Do you know the press conference in UEFA, mate? You wish they would do some with the cameras, wouldn't you?
I know. I'm up with the sound, I know. Every time you listen to a Rangers presser, the sound is poor as well. You know, you be listening to the other ones for the puddle drinkers and that, and it's loud and proud, as they say. But no,
I wouldn't know.
No. Sometimes you got to look at the enemy and see what's happening. No. Keep them closer, mate. Keep them closer.
Yes. I understand what you're saying.
No, just follow the money.
People come to that maybe later on, mate.
Yes,
later on. If people want to join us then, Fox, what's the number this evening?
The number is 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us? The one and only JFK?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online. They can also join us on Twitter. Go on there and make a few comments. And also can join us on Facebook, which I know a few guys and gals are listening and contributing to the show.
Sure, and you can also join us in Periscope and what else, Fox?
That's it, Periscope, mate.
Periscope. Every time I hear that, I think CC Barry on a Kilmarnock Cup tie a few years ago. You remember that?
Aye. When they showed the game, aye. Brilliant.
Can I just, before we go any further, can I just give a big shout out? She's on Facebook, Agnes Deeney. And she's on Facebook here, and she's all the way from Sydney, Australia. And that's one of the most rubbish Australian accents you'll ever hear. But hello, Agnes. Enjoy the show. She's saying, great show for the guys. So, Agnes Deary from Sydney, Australia. Listens all the time.
I don't think that's Sydney's Agnes's hometown, do you?
Do you?
Oh, you'll be in Walkabout tomorrow night, won't you? Before
hey, that's not a bad film. Somebody walks about that when he plays on for nearly 2 hours.
Oh dear. Jenny
Agnett's on that.
You've been looking at the live feed for Fox's house.
Oh,
Hey, enough of that.
Enough of that, mate.
Right, we'll be joined by poor Stardog. How we doing, Stardog?
How you doing, mate? I don't want to hold up the show, Ox, but can I give a quick shout out to my wee boy, wee Stardog Junior? He's sitting next to me, mate. He's got an earpiece in and all. He broke his elbow today, so he wants to say a quick hello to you.
All right, put him on. What
He's on right now, mate. If you speak to him, he'll talk back.
What we calling him? We can't call him Stardog Junior.
No, just call him Connor, mate. That's his name.
Connor. How we doing, Connor?
I'm good.
All right. How did you break your elbow?
I fell off a bunk bed.
Bunk bed? Did your brother push you?
I don't have a... No, nobody pushed me. I just fell.
Tell the truth, you were doing a Spider-Man trick, Ox.
I fell.
I'm just looking at the list.
You played trampoline, Connor, aye?
I think I've just looked at the list, Connor. It's 50 quid for a broken elbow for your dad.
I've been to the hospital and an X-ray.
Did you? Is it sore?
No, the X-ray didn't hurt. I was fine.
Well done, son.
Brilliant.
Connor, see, because you've got a broken elbow, son, and you're feeling no bad. You need to remember your dad that he needs to buy you a full new Ranger strip. That's the top, the shorts, and the socks, and that'll help the pain go away. So just you remember, when you come off here speaking to us, you say to your dad, remember, JFK said that will help me take my pain away. So just you make sure he keeps that promise.
I was at the Ibrox the other day.
Have we seen your pictures? We've seen your pictures, Connor.
He was gutted he didn't get to meet his mate, but I'll let him go anyway, and hopefully we'll get to meet his all soon next time he's at Ibrox, and he's going to go back through to his room to watch his films. So you say bye to the guys.
Bye,
See
bye.
you, Connor.
Bye, Connor. Good to speak to you, pal. Take care, son.
Right, go. How you doing, guys?
That's the best call I've been told for weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
He said someday, man.
Oh, poor soul, mate. It must be in a bit of pain.
Aye, it was playing with his cousins, and he was showing them a Spider-Man trick right after that bunk onto the elbow.
So,
even managed to faint in the way to the hospital.
You're having some run, the Stardog family, aren't you?
Oh, we're having some run now, mate. I tell you what, we're all wounded soldiers here, but we'll get there, mate. We'll get there.
Summer holidays, the hospitals are always busy in the summer.
I was like somebody that breaks an arm in the summer holidays, mate. It wouldn't be the summer holidays without it.
It doesn't seem up there doing, mate. Anyway, on the Rangers, what's on your mind, Stardog?
Just excited, mate, about the morrow and things like that. I missed Gerard's press conference, mate, but I'll get a wee bit of it later, so I'll obviously have been up to my eyes.
Not in it, mate. Only thing he really said, a couple of things, but only thing he really said, Davis hasn't travelled, he's got his bad hamstring at the moment, hopefully nothing. He could have made it, but they're not taking any chances. And at the moment, as we sit today, there's nothing happening with the Kent deal. Apart from that, there was very little said. Would you agree with that, GFK?
I answered the Kent question very well. You know, it's a known story. You know, if he's available, we'll get him if we can afford him. So he answered the question well. You know, there's not really much to say about it, as he said. So they're looking for a bit of sensationalism, but they're not going to get it off of Steven Gerrard. He answered them the right way, and they don't like that. So well done to Steven Gerrard. So it's a known story at the moment. Whether he comes or goes, we don't know. We don't know.
You know, just to let you know, Stardog, Connor's getting a lot of kind words in the lobby.
Yep.
What's that, mate?
Young Connor's getting a lot of kind words in the lobby.
I thought he would, mate. I thought he would. As I say, he keeps going, when can I go on the radio? And I keep telling him, too late for you, but I thought the night since he's broke his elbow, I thought I'd let him come on and say a couple of words for you all, mate. Because he was gutted he never got to meet you, so he thinks if he meet you somehow that makes him famous.
Well, he is.
The mouth of babes.
Out the mouth of babes.
So the two experienced gentlemen on the panel, I've got the midfield tomorrow as Jack, Kamara and Aribo. How are you seeing it, mate?
Aye, I would go with that, Oxford. I don't think Davis would have played anyway, even if his hamstring was. I just don't think we need to risk him in this game, mate. I think that'll be Jack, Aribo and Kamara will be enough. I mean, he might go with Doherty, Kamara and Aribo, but I think he probably will go with Ryan Jack, mate.
Aye, fair enough, mate, fair enough. And just out of curiosity, JFK, what's the rest of your team for tomorrow night?
The rest of my team, obviously, I would play Fordham in goal. Obviously, I would have a wee go tomorrow night with Polster. I know the big man's not going to play. He's suspended, isn't he?
Who?
No, it's not. No, I thought somebody was suspended for a European game. I might be wrong. I would go with Polster, Katic, Edmondson, and Andy Halliday. With the three I said in the middle, and up front, I would go with. I'd go with the tried and trusted for me. I would go with Ojo, Jordan Jones, and I would go with my good friend Alfredo Morelos. He's our number one striker, so we need to go with him. He needs to score a few goals.
Fox, how you seen it?
Strongest team that we can put out, mate. No need to allow anything for slip-ups. It would be McGregor in goal, Tav, Goldson, Katic and Barisic. The three that I mentioned previously in the middle, and Scotty Arfield, Morelos and Ojo up front.
All right, okay. And what about you, Stardog?
I would go with Alan McGregor in nets, James Tavernier, Edmondson, Katic, Barisic, Jack, Kamara, Aribo, Ojo, Morelos and Scotty Arfield, mate. Same as Fox, no chances.
All right, okay, all right. I don't think JFK thinks he's taking a chance for that team. Is that right, JFK?
I think that's a decent team. You know, I think that's a team of experience and other players that were brought in this window here. So I'd be happy for that team I picked. I know what Fox is saying. They'll play your strongest team, but I think they're more than capable of beating this team. We were talking last night. I don't think they're any more than a probably middle championship team in Scotland. So I'm not going overboard. I think we'll beat them quite easily. I think we'll score there. The big game for me Sunday. We'll take care of them all. And I think the team there, Davis is out through injury, and others there will be rested for the game on Sunday, so we can beat the Pie Men about 5 or 6-0. So that's what I want to see happen anyway.
Well, I would like to see the strongest team because go over there, score and get ourselves in front. Hopefully 1 or 2 by half time, and then you can use your 3 substitutes to give people a rest. There's always a big fear that a team like this could maybe fluke a goal in the first half or something and put us under pressure. We don't know how we would react to it, so I'd rather see us going for the jugular right away and finishing the game.
Stardog, I don't know who's doing the typing, but can you go and mute when you're doing it? Stardog in your company?
Who's typing?
No, we are, can't
No, I was on mute there and all, mate. I'm agreeing with Fox, mate. I think we've got to go out there and get a goal within the first 15 minutes, kill the tie off early, scunner them, and then we can get 3 substitutes off, kind of main players, maybe Alfie and that, rest them for Sunday, maybe play them 55, 60 minutes, Aribo, maybe Tav as well, take the 3 off for the second half, and get Greg Docherty in that on, give them a shift in there for the second half. We need to get the tie under because as JFK says, the big one Sunday, mate, and I hope you're going to talk about them hanging their pitch for Sunday. They've broke their pitch in about 3 metres.
Saw that.
Seen that. Well, come on, carry on. Stardog, give your thoughts then, mate.
Well, it's just petty, isn't it, really, mate? I mean, first it was bye-bye Rangers, bye-bye Celtic, now we're preparing tactics and hang being the pitch. And I mean, I know Souness used to do it back in the day but that was for European ties and things like that mainly, mate. You know what I mean? I don't know what their problem is, Kilmarnock. They're just one of the stupid clubs, aren't they, really? That think that these things give them advantages and all that. It's still going to be the same 11 players in the park. They can make the pitch as wee as they want it. Just means the nets are closer.
There is that, mate. There is that. Aye.
I've not got a problem with it in the sense is that.
No, neither do I, JFK. It's just petty, really, mate, isn't it? It's just petty.
Graham Souness done it, and it was a big thing made it, if you remember. So, their manager's coats in a shaky reel already. He's not even played a competitive game apart from one European game or two European games where they get knocked out. So. Nah, more like that. You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to tighten it up. They're trying to take the wind away from the park. That's up to them.
I just think it's hilarious how he goes to sleep, mate, and he wakes up and he thinks, man, that's that light bulb. I'll make the pitch weird.
Yeah. But I don't think that'll have a much bearing on the game.
Me either. I just think it's petty.
It is petty, but let's us let them deal with the pettiness and that. I mean, we're the Glasgow Rangers and we're the establishment club, so we don't deal with pettiness, mate.
It's a perfectly legal tactic, mate.
Yeah.
The thing is, if they do it on Sunday, they need to keep it like that to the rest of the season. You've got to get in the dimensions of the pitch to the league before the league kicks off, mate. So it'll be the same for every club.
So you're not to do that to suit Fox then?
No, you've got to state the width and length of your pitch before the league starts, mate.
Right, that's not so bad then, mate. It's just when I seen the picture, obviously, if you've seen it, JFK, the picture, man, it's like it's a big difference, isn't it, mate?
At the start of the season, as Fox says, but there's a minimum and a maximum length, blah, 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 so as long as they stipulate that that's what they're going to do, then they can do it, so that's fine. And as Fox said there, it's within the rules. They're not breaking any rules, petty or no petty. We need to put the 11 guys out there on Sunday and go out and win the game, whether it's a 5-a-side park, 7-a-side or 11-a-side. So let them do what they've got today. Looking at what they've got now, I'm looking for us to roast him on Sunday, and that'll be great to do that. And he'll get his books in Monday morning. So I'm all right with that. So, it's just what they've done, Stardog, and it's silliness on their part, but they're not breaking any rules. Let them go on with it. We did it a few years back in Europe. Graham Souness thought he would shorten the park and bring it tighter in. So it's not against the rules. So if it's petty, fine. If it's not, I'm not really too bothered. I'm just looking forward to the game on Sunday.
They've probably done it, Jimmy, to suit their squad. And that's the only reason. I don't think it'll hinder us in any way because we don't play with wingers, outright wingers. I'll not hinder us at all, whether it's to make it 5, 7 or 11 size pitch, Fox. We know we've got to go out and do. You're 100% right. So I'll not interfere with the way we play with football. So, if he thinks that's his way of getting one up in Rangers, then, well, he's not a manager that everybody's bumming him up to be. So we wish him all the unwellness that we can, if that is a true word. There you go.
I think because of the pictures it's broke. If it goes bad for him, the manager will look even stupider,
Well, that's true, mate. Aye, that's true. I've never even heard of this guy anyway, to be honest with you. So it's not somebody I'm worried about. It's not a place that I'm concerned about going anyway this year. It's just when I seen the pictures today, mate, I thought it was worth a wee mention because it's such a big difference. But like they say, they're not breaking any rules, mate. If that's them thinking that they're getting one up on us, that's up to them. But they've got to play the rest of the teams in the league like that as well. So as you say, Ox, it might go against them as well. We just don't care.
It'd be interesting to see more what the surface is like on Sunday, Fox.
Just be the same as last year, I take it. Not be much different. Is it? Have they relayed it? Oh, well, fair enough.
On new surface.
Well, it shouldn't bother us, mate. We've played on it, played on this artificial surfaces before. We know what it's all about, so it shouldn't be a worry to us.
Issue for you, GFK?
No, it's not an issue at all. I agree with 100% what the Fox is saying. It's not against the rules. If he feels that's going to give his team an advantage, bring it on. I mean, Rangers got there on Sunday, and we know we've got a team that can perform well. So, do what you want to do. It doesn't bother me, mate. So it's not a concern.
The top of the surface, not the size.
On the surface as well. It's a new surface I've got, as far as I know. So, the surface is. Look, I've said this last season. We can't have players going onto the park worrying about the surface. I mean, we've all played football at a different type of level, and obviously, I don't know many are in here that have played the football at the level that these guys have. I know I certainly haven't. But if you go to the park being frightened of the surface, then that's when you'll get injured. So you just got to go in there and adapt to it, wear the right type of footwear, and go in and play the game. But if you start worrying about how, I know Jamie Murphy, if he was on there on Sunday, it maybe be in his head, the injury he got before. So, for me, no, it shouldn't be an issue. They're all professional football players. They need to adapt. Will it give Kilmarnock the advantage? Maybe maybe he's not, as they saying in Glasgow. I don't know, but I'm sure that the team will perform well. The gaffer will pick the team appropriate to play on that surface. There might be a couple of wee shocks on Sunday. They might drop one or two players and might think that maybe no. Jordan Jones for me would be ideal in the park, although it's a different type of surface. It's similar. It's one of the best AstroTurf surfaces that are gone. Whether that's right or no, I don't know. But I've not got any problems with it, mate. It is what it is.
Start dog.
Hard to add to anything that GFK said there, Ox, mate. I'm just fully focused on the football team going there and picking up the 3 points. Like you're saying, pitch size, what it's like to play on. It doesn't. The players can't go in there thinking about it. They need to go in there thinking this is the start of us challenging for 55. Nothing else should matter, mate. Somebody said it on the show last night. Gerard's team talk before the game should be, this is the start of us winning the league. Ended it thinks they can't do it. Go now. It's got to be 11 players up for that, mate, on Sunday. So, the pitching that shouldn't come into it, mate. 3 points is all that matters for us.
Yeah.
It's funny, I think it is a 3-point game. I don't think it's necessarily about the performance. We need to get the 3 points. Get a good start.
You've got to get after a good start, mate, definitely.
I think we need to set down a marker on Sunday, Ox, here. I know we can use a bridgeman term. 1-0 will do. And yeah, 1-0 will do. Because that means we come away with the 3 points. But I'd like to stay set, especially against them. I know he's away now. I'm not even going to mention his name. But I'd love to do them on Sunday and do them well. But if it's 1-0, it's 1-0. It's 3 points that matter at the end of the day, and that's the Bridgeman philosophy. But for me, I'd love to really get there on Sunday and give them a right kicking, a doing. I'd love to see that.
If you think back to the opening game of last season, Fox, we played really well away at Pittodrie, but ultimately we ended up with 1 point.
Yeah.
Correct. But Sunday will take care of itself, mate. If we're good enough, we'll win down there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it personally as a problem. They're a lot weaker than they were last year. So I think Rangers will go there and win.
All right, I'm sure we'll talk about Sunday night and Friday night, but obviously we've got a game tomorrow night and a couple of small stories that have broke. Obviously, the big story hit Scottish football can't be fun anywhere about the tax avoidance schemes anywhere in the press. I've looked everywhere, I can't find it. Some people would think maybe a PR company involved somewhere, but they've maybe been cynical, GFK.
Yeah, well, cynical is the word, innit? So, what are you supposed to do? Is it bury good news with bad news or vice versa? So, I don't know. I mean, it's just hypocrisy to me. Bury this. No, it doesn't. It suits them to bury this news, and it suits them to put this news out. So, that's what they do, mate. That's exactly what they do, and I'm not surprised.
All right, so the couple of big stories that broke today was and it was on Sky Sports as well. And I got a phone call from somebody telling me it was on the ticker tape was a 30 million bid for Morelos. Now we don't know what. According to Stevie G at the press conference, there's been the official contact, so we don't know how true that is. Stardog, yeah.
The bid that never happened, Oxjera. The famous bid, mate. They're saying that it was a bid run about £15.5 million for Alfredo Morelos, and it was a deal that could have seen him earn up to, I think it was £10 million within 5 years or something like that. And plus add-ons, it would have eventually got up to about 30 million, mate. Apparently Alfie's knocked it back. He doesn't want to go to China. He's more set on the Premier League and things like that. But as you say there, mate, what truth that there is, we just don't know.
He's not a fan of the club, JFK.
Well, I was driving and I had to put SSB on, right? You know what that is. And I was listening to it, and it was Giddy and Duffy were talking, and they were destroying it, guys. And you know, it never happened. Is it worth that? Why did he knock that back? Who's making these stories up? You know, there was a boy called Gary come on, and if Gary does listen to Rangers Radio, I'm sorry, Gary, but I can't remember where you came from, pal. But he made a fantastic point. He says, "No, he's there saying about that you don't believe this story, you don't believe that." But I mean, us Rangers fans, and this is what he said, us Rangers fans don't want Alfredo Morelos to leave. We want him to stay. And we'd like him to stay for the next 10 months and stop Celtic. I've said their name, I don't want to say it. The puddle drinkers, winning 10 in a row, 9 in a row. And if Alfredo stayed here for the next season and managed to win this league and make it 55, then he'd be a hero. And if he wanted to go, then we would let him go gladly, knowing that he helped us to win the league and stop them doing 9 in a row. And they poo-pooed it. You know, they poo-pooed it on for 20 minutes. I was sitting there, peeing rain, motor gauntlet F, and I thought, what are you all about? The guys are blue noses come on and made a point. If Alfredo goes, he'll go with your best wishes, but I don't think he'll go there now. I don't believe the story. I don't think there was any story there. I don't know if it's the agents done it or if it's the media has done it. But the guy Gary is a typical blue nose.
It was Sky Sports, JFK. Sky Sports released a statement originally.
Look, Sky Sports can get duped as well. We've seen that as well. For me, I think it's a known story.
Who's anywhere? What were you doing sitting in the motor?
I was busy.
Right, okay, just wondered.
The radio was on. What am I going to do? Am I going to
wondering if you've been naughty again. That's all.
Oh, I'm always naughty, mate.
Right.
But I thought I need some sports news, so I turned the radio on. Bang bang, it was SSB. It was on. Giddy and his Duffy, and they crucify Rangers, you know, and they keep bringing up Alfredo's past demeanours and all that, you know. So what, he done it last season, hopefully no do it this season, but if he goes, he goes. But I don't see this story being a real story, personally. But I might be wrong. I mean, I know it was on Sky Sports, but for me it's an own story.
It's a story, it's gone now, Fox, because the Chinese window's shut. Sounds like a restaurant, doesn't it? I know your favourite Chinese is called the Orange Walk.
It's a typical story that you read in that news now. Somebody's sitting with a typewriter and they've picked it up, Sky Sports. A load of absolute. It's nearly as bad as Tierney to Napoli, you know.
Thank you, folks. That's the way I felt.
Just a load of rubbish they done a couple of hours before the Chinese window shut at 5 o'clock, mate. Absolutely no substance to it. They already had their quota of foreign players, the team that was mentioned. So absolute rubbish. And they did show you Alfie arriving at the airport, and he was all smiles and everything else. I don't think he'd have been that happy if a deal had come in like that and he hadn't taken it, mate. For a young man from Colombia, from a poor background, been offered £10 million a year for 3 years, he would have snapped that up,
Of course
mate.
he would. Of course he would.
I know that's not a lot of money to you, Fox, but it is to everybody else, you know.
£10 million a year is 200 grand a week. He wouldn't get that in the Premier League if he went down there, mate.
I know, mate, I know. It's obscene. Anyway, we agree it was a nothing story, and I'm glad you done your homework, Fox, and seen that the team had a quota of foreign players, but it's nothing, and obviously we'll have, again, Stardog, you would think there'd been some news somewhere else, wouldn't you?
Oh, for sure, mate. But I mean, these headlines, mate, that are actually so important to people seem to go missing. They don't seem to get covered as much as what they should. I mean, we're nearly a full season on down the line, starting scratch, clean slate in a new season, and already the Alfredo Morelos caper started, mate. It's just a joke, mate. So it is, man. The boy doesn't get a break.
I agree, mate. I agree. Everything gets highlighted, but the best way he can do it, keep his cool, ball in the back of the net, and ultimately we're a winner, JFK.
I mean, I don't want to keep naming A2 Earth's on that programme, but I mean, their take on it was that, I mean, at the moment, Alfredo's maybe worth 10 million at the very, very most if anybody was daft enough to pay it. And that was what Duffy said, right? But if he keeps his nose clean, I mean, he was a thorn in Rangers' side last season that he kept saying, and then there's a good chance that Rangers might get upwards of 15 million for him. They're frightened, Alfredo Morelos guys, you know. So as Fox said, it's a non-story, and Rangers should maybe push the boat out and keep Alfredo Morelos here for another couple of seasons, right? Whether he stays or no, but get the money for him that we deserve to get for him. We have now made Alfredo Morelos a player that he is. We know he's got a temperament. I'm the same as Fox. I hate all this word petulance. I like the way that he plays. I like him having that edge. I like the way he can take other players out the game. Sometimes he can take 2 or 3 players out the game, and that's what we need. Long may he stay at Rangers. They don't like that. They've not got a player. The puddle drinkers don't have a player like Alfredo Morelos. Yep, they can keep bumping their gums that he's no scored against the puddle drinkers, but this will be his season, and he will score against the puddle drinkers. And let's hope that happens in the 1st of September at Ibrox when he scores a hat-trick against the Mankey puddle drinker.
I'll take that, JFK. I'll take that. I'll take that. Anyway, we agree, nothing story. Obviously, the window's only shut yet, and we're going to have to read a few more of them before it shuts. And if the money's like every player in the world, they've got the price, and he'll go, and other people will come in. But fake news. So obviously, with the other story, it broke in some of the Scottish media today about the retail deal. Stardog, did you happen to pick that up?
I did, mate. It was the judge had basically killed a deal off. Will no be sponsored by Hummel next year. Is that right? What I'm saying, Ox?
It's not quite as simple as that, mate. I'm no lawyer.
I seen it with basically we owe Sports Direct 450,000 or something like that, and will not be sponsored by Hummel next year.
Well, that's not necessarily true, but
right.
I don't think it's finished yet. That is the if you read it, the first sort of future paragraphs or lines, or whatever you want to call them, sections. It doesn't look very good, but when you get to section 11 in it, there's some words in there, and I don't want to go in it because the thing's not finished yet, and we don't know how it's going to end up. JFK, it's still got more to run, and I can't make my mind up. Discussed it with Fox earlier. I can't mind up if we've made an absolute ricket or we've been double wide.
Right. Well, I text you today when I first started to read it, but unfortunately I couldn't read it on my phone, and I have read it all now since. I know we're chatting here, but I read it all, and it's quite extensive. I'm kind of that we've made a roaring of it. I think the people who run Rangers, the lawyers, have maybe made a pig's ear of this. I hope I'm wrong. If this happens next season, where does that leave Rangers? But look, We just need to let the guys.
You need to read the section 11 in the.
Look, if the guy, we need to let the guys behind the scenes run the club the way that they're trying to run it, and let us concentrate and go on to see the team and see what comes out of that. If this man's got his claws into us for much longer, then I'm not saying it's going to be a demise of Rangers, but it could cost us a lot of money. But then again, it might not cost us anything at all. You know, there's a lot of other things happening.
There's a change of thought, and I don't know JFK, and I really don't want to put something out there, but if they've been wide, they've took him on, they've paid the £3 million, and then they've had the deal. They got 1.6, I believe, a dividend for that. I think that was a figure off the top of my head. Then they're going to have this bill, so they're going to be roughly £1.92 million done. If you make more than that, and the sales are good, and eventually that makes you cut the ties, and you're no stuck to dealing with that company. It might be a positive thing if they've done it with a plan in mind. If they've done it and no went to Sports Direct, no knowing what they've signed before, that they had to show them the offer, they have made a rucket. But there's only people in the inner sanctum, though. We don't know JFK.
Well, that's what I was saying. We need to let the inner sanctum run the club the way they see fit. You know, I'm asked to pay my season ticket money, and I pay it, and I'm asked for my opinion and the various other things, and I can be quite vociferous in that. But I'm the Philadelphia lawyer. These guys allegedly know what they're doing. So the fees that have been put out there, to me, I'm looking here. It's a £3 million to bin a 7-year deal that was returning us to zero profit. You know, and it says wise men suggest this is around 1 year's worth of kit income, and hopefully the next 6 years make far more than we could have dreamt of from Ashley's 7-year deal. So we just need to let the lawyers and the others deal with it and see what comes out at the other end. And that's all we can do. I mean, it doesn't matter what Rangers board are doing now. We're going to support them till somebody tells us that they're doing wrong. So I'm kind of open, 50-50 on what is exactly going on until somebody actually says to me, this is what's going to be happening. We will not be using this company, we will not be using that company, and we're going to use this company. So we don't actually know 100%. So we just need to let these guys deal with it.
I think the other thing is the club aren't allowed to say a lot, and I think there's a lot of injunctions involved, so they can't make statements about it, which is frustrating for us as fans.
Yeah, it's frustrating for us as fans. You know, they kind of use the word elite, go and buy for elite. They kind of say you're allowed to go and buy for this source and that source. But I think what's happening is that all the guys and the gals out there know where to go and buy their kit. You know, and you just need to look at all the forums, all the other places, and there's various links. So for me, that's working. We are buying the kit. The kits are selling out. There's fantastic queues at all the outlets. So the money's coming in, but it's what happens at the end.
The next move.
The next move is what happens after that.
It's one or the other. I think it's one or the other. Well, either made a Roger it, as you said, yeah, or they'll be double wide. And if people get any great thoughts on it and think they know inside out, or think they know exactly what's happening at the club, by all means, use a phone. It's easy to print statements in a lobby when you don't know what's happening in it.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, you know, so use a phone in 0141 356 1972, or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, because really, we're all surmising a lot here, folks, aren't we?
I read quite a statement on follow. I think it was taken for the Sons of Struth Facebook page. Mm-hmm. And the main gist of it was one paragraph that caught my eye was said, so far Rangers have paid £3 million to normalise the 7-year deal We received a £1.6 million dividend shortly after normalising this deal, and today we can see the legal bill for £444,000. That means we are roughly £1.9 million down, plus a figure to be assessed by the judge for damages to Sports Direct for us doing a deal with Elite. The wise money is guessing this will be £1 million.
We don't know, do we? We don't know.
No, they're saying that the wise money is guessing this. If this does not turn out to be the figure, then it will of course Rangers just under £3 million to win a 7-year deal with Sports Direct, and that was the gist of it. So they seem to know better than MD, so I'll just take their word for it.
See, I read that as well, folks. So the worst case scenario is that it could cost us another £3 million.
No,
as I read it. Am I right in saying that?
No, that's in total.
No, they've worked it out, Jimmy, that we paid £3 million when Dave King announced that was the end of the Sports Direct deal last year. But since then, we've received a £1.6 million dividend. So that takes it down to £1.4 million. You add on the 444,000, takes it back up to just under 1.9 million, and maybe another £1 million for damages. So it's still costing us £3 million.
That's what I said. So it's going to cost you £3 million, and that would be the worst case scenario, or the best case scenario.
But paid based on that GFK, yeah.
Aye, exactly.
It's not another £3 million.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We don't know what the judge. We don't know what the judge is going to do, and I think it's sometime in September. So this has still got legs, and it's going to run, and obviously there'll be discussions between lawyers. But when I first read the judgment, Stardog, I was like, oh, this isn't great. But when you get to the end, there's a few lines in it that are no godsends, but they sort of take it away from the doom and gloom that when I first read the first half of the first 3 quarters of the judgment, mate.
Aye. See, obviously, mate, I'm not half as clued up as any of you guys on this, so I don't really want to say too much. I know, but you come across at least as if you know what you're talking about. I would just sound like an absolute idiot. So all I'm going to say is, mate, as a Rangers fan, I live in hope that one day the back of Mike Ashley will be seen. We don't need to deal with anybody, and everything that the fans pant in the Rangers strips and things like that, mate. I hope it all goes straight back into the club, and we just get this monkey off our back, because that's all this is now, mate. I'm just scurrying about the full thing. It's just never ending for me. But obviously, I don't have a damn do what I'm talking about when it comes to all that, mate. So I'm just kind of on the fence with all this.
I don't think you're alone, and I include myself in that, mate, because none of the lawyers. I think it's Albert. It's joined us. Evening, Albert. I think it is. Evening, Albert.
Morning, guys.
Hi,
it's Albert. I'm good, good.
All right. Before we start, have you used your medication?
Aye, okay. That's banged in the morning.
Right, okay. Right, are you sitting down?
Aye.
Right, carry on.
I'll tell you what I know about this Sports Direct deal and all that. Absolutely the middle of a donut. Nothing. I know nothing. I run about like this mushroom by the way, trying to get information. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It really is. But anyway, I know how to get to Ibrox on foot and by bus, and that's all I'm interested in now. So they can Ashley can take his deals and all his company and shove it up his ring, as far as I'm concerned.
Is that donuts again, or jam ones?
I don't give him a jam one.
As long as he's playing his trumpet.
Aye. Oh, I tell you, by the way, I read a bit today, and I was like, oh, here, don't get into this too much, by the way, because I just feel the temper going up every time I read anything about that guy. You know what I mean? So I've got to put it down and say, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. What's going to happen is what's going to happen. But once this is sorted out, one question still remains: is that the end there? That's all I want to know. Is that the end there?
Hopefully we get a final statement when everything's done and dusted, and it can come for the club because there's no more injunctions and everything's finished, and we can put the whole thing to bed. Now, when that'll be, I've still got a clue.
I mean, still it goes on. As Stardog said, it just keeps going on and on and on and on. It's unbelievable. So it's like shit in a blanket. It sticks, doesn't it?
Aye, it grinds people down because we're so positive with the manager, the team. People are liking the kits. They're selling out. Ibrox is a positive place. We think we've got a chance this year. We're hoping to silverware, hoping to win the league. We're looking for entertaining football. And we're in a good place, and then you just get this thing. It's like a toothache, you know.
And you got to understand, what's Hummel going to say about this? Because Hummel have signed a contract in good faith, you know what I mean? And they're the innocent party, you'd imagine.
But you'd like to think, mate, that they've been in it every step of the way, sitting there, mate. You'd like to think so, but if they haven't been and somebody's jacket could be on a shaky nail, mate.
Definitely. I hope it's not that way. I hope it's the first scenario.
It might be double wide. Might have been double wide, you know.
They didn't appear to be double. Well, they didn't appear to be double wide for the start. So I'm hoping this is an exception. They are double wide this time because it'd be nice. It'd be a nice wee change. Put it that way.
Yeah, I would just like to think the couple have learned from previous mistakes, mate. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have been trying to get one there on the flying, cutting corners and things like that. We just can't be afford to be doing that again. Sam what Albion, mate. It would be nice to think that maybe we've had the bad done to us rather than trying to cut corners, mate.
I mean, obviously, you're double wide, you're still going to get a bill for £1 million or maybe £1 million plus, you know.
You remember I said last week, Ox here, and I can't remember who asked the question. I think it might have been Aldbear. In who is elite? Who is elite is Rangers Elite is a arm's length company that belong to Hummel. No, Hummel Elite exists. So I'm in your camp, Ox here. I think there's a bit of double wideness here. They obviously knew what they were doing with the contract, the Rangers, and I think they know that they're in a win-win situation. We were all speaking here last week about, some of us were talking about silly figures, about 20, 30 million and things like that.
Hold that thought, mate. We'll come right back to it after Fox gives us a tune.
The wild Atlantic, across the broad Pacific shore, I sailed around the stormy capes and I've heard the 40s roar. I've flying the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea, but there's a sea back home in Scotland, more than all the rest of me. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. And it's not on the really just clear sea. No more I'll sail the 7 seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again, I'm back where I belong. And 3 o'clock each Saturday I'll join the mighty throng. With flags and banners all around, I'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. The blue, blue, blue sea of my love. And it's not from the really clear sea. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my love. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my love. And it's not from the really clear sea. And it's not from the really clear sea.
It's a blue, blue, blue
See if I Brooks. What a tune.
Is a tune, mate.
He's on exactly Bridgeman, are you? Come on.
Oh, maybe Flanagan and Allen.
Bridgeman's got the voice of an angel, hasn't he? He does.
I thought Stardog was doing well there. Well,
Thanks, Fox.
Had it gone there.
Bridgeman, the voice of an angel. You've not seen his record, mate. GFK, where were you there, mate? You were holding that thought.
I was saying last week we were talking about there was a lot of people saying about the kind of money that Rangers may or may not have to pay. You know, that if this goes tits up, that 30, 25 million or this carry on. But I don't think that's the case at all. I mean, there was a discussion last week about who are Elite Hummel, and Elite Hummel, in conjunction with Rangers, decided they were going to open up the shops here in Northern Ireland, and they've done really well, and they brought in a lot of good revenue, and it's always sold out. You go to the Rangers shop in St Enoch Square, and there's always a decent sized queue, and when there's an announcement online that there's going to be new kit coming in, it's sold out within hours. Right? The Rangers can't advertise that, and we understand that because of the situation they're in. But Rangers Elite and Hummel wouldn't have got together, I hope, and made a pig's ear of it and thought that we can't do this. So I'm going with the double wide issue scenario that you're going with, Ox here. I think that they knew what they were doing.
It's one or the other, GFK.
It's one or the other, but I'm going to, because I kind of like the double wide aspect here, you know. And I hope that comes to fruition, because Rangers deserve it, and deserve it more than anybody at this moment in time, because there's too many haters out there that want to see us fail. But no matter what the outcome of this with Ashley and his cohorts, we'll no fail this time. You know, they'll no drag us down, and they'll never put us down to where they put us before, because they put us down there thinking that they would destroy us, but they didn't destroy us, guys, and we all know that, because we were all here to support the Gers, and we brought them back up to where we know they belong, and that's at the top. So no matter the outcome with Hummel and Ashley and the kit deals and whatever, it'll not destroy us. So we just need to be patient and let the others who know more than us. We can speak quite eloquently, if that is the right word. But if we've got decent information that we can gather here and we can speak about it, but the people that matter are the people at Ibrox who have got the lawyers, especially the Philadelphia lawyers, who can go through every wee nook and cranny. So let them deal with it. And I'm with you, Oxford. I think there's been a wee bit of double wideness here, and I think that'll work for us. And no matter how much it costs Rangers, we're still going to be there, and they don't like that. And that's what's pleasing for me. We're winning, and if we can win this season.
Last week it was going to cost us 30 million. This week it's changed, and the trouble is when you're reading the media, you don't know what you're getting is correct. And look, I'm not saying that they are double wide. But when I read what they're meant to do, it was a first year lawyer that would have been dealing with that. It wasn't complicated. So you would like to assume that they knew what they were doing, you know. That they had to let Sports Direct match the offer, blah, blah, blah. All the stuff that's already out there. So I might be wrong. They might have just got it wrong totally, but only time will tell. All better, and then we can move on.
Aye, that's it. I know about the media. It's easy with the media. It's fake news or just blatant lies. That's what you get. So that's what I expect. Not just with this story, with every story regarding Rangers. I don't listen to anything they say. If it doesn't come out the Rangers official website, I don't listen to it. Or the Rangers radio, I don't listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Hakuna Matata.
What's that?
Don't even go there, Albert.
It means no worries.
I don't know what it means, but if you're telling me that, then I'll say, aye, okay.
But do we really really think that our board's been double wide, mate. Surely to God you want your board to be straight up and straight down the middle. We don't want them doing things that are supposed to be classed as double wide, do we?
Well, it's business. We're calling it double wide in street terms, but it's a business deal in the business world, isn't it?
Look who you're dealing with, Fox, as well. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. That guy's no straight up and down. Apart from being a wee round ball, wee beach ball with arms. You know what I mean? He's one of the most unscrupulous people you ever meet in your life. You know what I mean? He's just a bad man. That's all right. So I've not got a problem with double wide with him.
I think the term double wide is. I mean, I think it's a Glasgow term, and I mean, we're not meaning it in a derogatory manner, but just that they knew other things could happen, and they decided to just let's go down this road and see where it takes us, and that's might what happened. It might cost us another few million quid, or it might cost us only a couple of million. So we don't know. I mean, there's people in Blues are saying, "Oh, JFK, just like Dave King was double wide." No, look, it's not like we're trying to make out that Rangers were being double wide, that they were doing anything sneaky. It's just a wee Glasgow term. That, I mean, double wide. They knew, they were clued up on it. Maybe they were just thinking, well, we'll run along with this. So some people think are just thinking because we're saying double wide that we're trying to be smart. It's just a wee throw-in remark.
If you're in negotiations, serious negotiations, Fox, you've got to plot out where it's going to go. And you go, right, we do that, that's going to happen. And they'll have had to sit down and drawn up all that strategy. They've not our club, it should roll. Because that's their job. That's their job. And that's what I'm saying is they knew that when they done that, that's what was going to trigger. You know? The plan. Double wide. JFK's right. It's just a saying they've done it. It's a business deal and they've done it and it's ended up in court. Hopefully they must have known or they've been naive, one or the other, that it was always going to end up where it's ended up. You know? Anyway, enough about that. Albert.
Aye, draw a line under that, mate.
What's on your mind, mate?
About tomorrow night, I think we'll win that tomorrow. Comfortable. That's what I was thinking about. Team-wise, this is the dilemma we're going to get. And if we get by this round and we stay in Europe, this is the dilemma we're going to have to be near enough up to the turn of the year. If we get into the group stages, what team do you play? What competitions are most important? We spoke about it at the beginning of the pre-season. So do you play your strongest team, or do you play a team that's just going to get you through, or do you concentrate the Europa Cup and get through that and just take maybe a hit on the league when the league games come up? I mean, my thought is you prioritise the league every single time.
Anybody disagree with that?
No, because I think it would depend on. I mean, obviously, first of all, we've got to get into the Europa League group stages, mate, and then for there, it would depend on who's going to be in the group. Do you know what I mean? I mean, say we get, just for instance, a Valencia or something, mate, and we're away there on the Thursday night, and we're maybe at home to St Mirren. I think you'll play the stronger team against Valencia, and then can give the substitutes who would normally be subs for us in any early league game. I think they'll get game time and things like that, mate. I just think it would depend on who's in the group stage in the UEFA Cup, Ox, and who we're playing at the weekends after that, mate. Obviously, if it's a Celtic or away to Aberdeen, you've got to rest the players in the UEFA Cup game, mate. And the league's a must this year. I think all Rangers fans will agree with me here when I say this, mate. That I mean, I would like to see us do well in the UEFA Cup, but like I've said, mate, it depends on who we're playing at the weekends and things like that, and depends also who's in the UEFA Cup group. So it's a hard one, mate, to kind of predict. Obviously, we don't know where we're going to be this time next month, so we'll just need to take it a game at a time, mate.
We'll get 5 ties before we get to the group stages start up, so we've got
Right, so is there somebody else after Midtjylland?
Aye.
Jeez Louise, man.
It's called a playoff. Right. It's one of the big series teams.
So it'll be a PSV or Wolves or something.
I totally disagree with what you're saying there, Stardom. I'm all for playing my strongest team every game. Look, I'm spoilt. 9 in a row for me. The way we were playing, the fit we were playing. we're winning every game, and I want to go back to that. You know, Europa League's a bonus for me. You know, and it was a big bonus last season. And if we do well in it this season, I'll be happy. See if we don't, I'm not really bothered. You know, and it's not that I'm quite blasé in saying I don't care if Rangers win or no, but that's far from it. I just think that we need to go here and win this league. And if I was playing Valencia on the Thursday, I'd be playing the same team that played Valencia on the Thursday, the same team on the Sunday against St Mirren, Hamilton. No, but
Jimmy, you've maybe picked me up a bit wrong, but mate, because I'm not meaning two totally different squads. I'm meaning maybe your Alan McGregor, Stephen Davis, Jermaine Defoe's. I'm meaning they likes of guys, mate. Like I'm no disagreeing with anything you said. Like everything you've just basically said is everything I've tried to say. You've just kind of picked me up wrong, mate. The league's first and foremost for me. That has to come first.
Yeah, I still wouldn't change it. You know, whatever team played on the Wednesday and the Thursday. And if it was Alfredo up front, I wouldn't change Alfredo for a Sunday. No, Jermaine Defoe's a different type of player. And if Alfredo's scoring goals, Stephen Davis.
Put it this way, Jeff. The decision he had today was Davis, right? We take it we're playing Valencia, the Mora, and no progress, right? He's got a decision to make with Davis. Davis can make it the Mora, but it's only progress, so we're keeping him back. But if it's Valencia, and say it's the last game in the group to go through into the last 32 or 16, whatever it is, what do you do then? Do you just say we're going to play him? That sort of decision. I'm not meaning he's going to change a whole team, but he's going to have to make some of these decisions.
I understand that, but I mean, you've said yourself, Albert, always play with winning team. Play the team that's winning, and I want Rangers to get through that this season doing that. And no matter who we play, I know there will be a rotation, and it'll probably be maybe in the League Cup. But I just think that if he's got, I mean, you're the man that said a couple of weeks ago, Albert, you named 6 players in your core and play around about that, and I'd agree with that. You know, have a core of 6 hard players who are not going to be shifted for that first 11, and then work round about that. And he's going to do that.
I think you'll get enough natural rotation. You'll get suspensions, and you'll get guys who have had a wee knock. They're no unfit, but they'll no play on a Sunday just because they're not 100% fit. Because the gaffer will always be looking at the bigger picture. You know, whether you would do that with certain players if certain games were coming up, I say if we were playing your favourite team for East End of Glasgow, GFK, but you know, if it'd be different who you might play Davis, but if you were playing Livingston at Ibrox, Davis might be sitting in the stand. Is that the point you're making, Albert?
Aye. Plus, by the way, I'm not going to have back to what we just finished with Sports Direct, but that might have a bearing on team selection as well if you think about it. Because if we're not going to get a sponsor, a kit deal next year, there's no revenue coming in for the kit, so the Europa League becomes more and more important.
If you read Section 11 and the judge, it tells you different for that, mate.
Does it?
Aye, but next year, aye. There's things that are in it that are positive towards us going forward, but I don't fully understand it because I'm not a lawyer.
Right.
Section 11, yeah.
Aye, I'll get into it, mate. I don't understand it, but I'll get into it anyway.
Aye, you read it. It's never in plain speak, as you know, with the lawyer's letters you've had.
I don't need a lawyer's letter. She puts me on trial every other night for things I say.
That's performance related, mate.
Well, that's true. There's never a win bonus. I've never had a win bonus in my life.
Well. That'll come from Stardug, won't it?
That's it, mate. That's it. It'll come in good time, Albert.
I'll keep plugging away.
That's it, mate.
Aye. I get your point, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see where we go. And again, let's just say we get to the same stage where we got last year. We've accepted that's still reasonably successful, depending on who our group is. Gives us a lot of games between now and Christmas, Fox, is it? Do you think that was a problem for us last year, or without looking at the games again? I know we've done it before, or did you think it was a positive?
No, that was a positive. We were right in the hunt in the league at Christmas time, mate. So it didn't detract away from our league form. We were up there within a couple of points of the Tims at one
But
time.
even-
I think we
even-
had
even.
it. Aye, even. I think it's just priorities, mate. Priorities for Mr. Gerrard and the board, mate, is getting a good run in Europe. And because that helps his transfer budget going forward himself. He'll want to do it for prestige. A good run in Europe. The fans want to see it. I think the only time you need to rotate with players, mate, is if you're in the Europa League, is if you're drawing teams for Russia and things like that. Long travels, and you're struggling to get the players back early Friday night, resting them on the Saturday and playing on the Sunday. But if you're playing normally in Europe, mate, it's only a couple of hours flight home. You know, I mean, guys get home for Ibrox, takes them longer to get home for Ibrox than it does the team to come back for the likes of Luxembourg, mate, you know?
It personally takes me longer to get home when I'm out with you.
Aye, but you know what I mean. The players prefer to play games rather than train, so I don't see any problems, mate. We've got a squad there. If people get 1 or 2 injuries, we've got people to fill in. We should do all right this year.
I'm just waiting for Terry to give news on Alexa for last night, but I think it was your good self, Fox. It was Alec, wasn't it? If you asked the question, Rangers Radio on MixLR, hopefully Alexa could find it.
No, I've not got Alexa, mate. Everybody I've heard that's got Alexa that just ignores them.
Aye. Swears back at them.
If you've got a Scottish accent, you've no chance with Alexa.
Can I think about the European last season, Oxshire?
Yes, mate.
I think it was a hindrance to us, and the fact is that my squad in Europe, although we performed to the maximum and over the capacity, was just short of going that one step further, and that was the only hindrance, I thought. If we had the players, if we've got the players new that we had last season, I think we would have done far better. So I'm looking for this squad to do far better this season. Obviously, depending who we get when we get to the group stages. But the only hindrance for me was that, as we said before, the bench wasn't strong enough, and we punched above our weight, which was absolutely fantastic. Especially against Rapid Vienna, that was a fantastic night. So I think we'll do well in Europe, but I still say play our full team. I agree with Fox saying it can take me sometimes, depending who I'm out drinking with, it can take me longer to get home for Ibrox than it can for Russia. That shows you we've had a good day. But all kidding aside, I think the squad that we had last season punched above their weight, and it was a fantastic journey. And I'm looking for this enhanced squad this season to take us on a longer journey.
No, the lucky the draw, Jim. Huh?
Yeah.
I think we get quite a decent draw to get into the group stages last year. We need a bit of luck in the draw here to get through, I think.
Of course we do, Fox. And I think the squad that we've got is more than capable of going forward. I know we were all singing the Baku song last season, and it was fun. And the longer it went on and on and on, a lot of us thought we could maybe go far in this competition. We didn't say we were going to win it, but the song was good. But the squad of players we've got this season, if we, as you say, Fox, get a decent draw, then we could do something. And wouldn't that be exciting? And wouldn't they be angry? A lot of them.
Anyway, just going back to the Alexa story, I've just been told that we're going to build an Alexa skill. We'll bring up the show when asked. May take a few days, maybe a bit longer.
Oh.
Yeah, so the technical department are right on the job. So I imagine once that's done, as soon as you ask for Rangers Radio, Albert, it'll come up in Alexa.
You'll need to silver up the technical department first.
I can only read what's in front of me, and the spelling's
They've probably got
grammar's
they've probably
fine.
got a blown up doll. They've probably got a blown up doll saying "Speak, speak."
I'm including myself in that, mate.
Oh, dearie me.
Old school blues doing his best in the technical department, and even the technical department's having a go at him. He's just told you a name.
I should never go to anybody.
He's just told you a name there, Fox.
I've seen it, mate. I've seen it.
It sounds like Meet the Fookers, isn't it? But anyway, so fair play to Old School Blue for doing that. If people want to join us, give us thoughts if they think Europe will be a hindrance or there's a positive in it for going forward for the league. What's the number, Stardog?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can you join us, Fox?
And join us at rangersradio.online on Skype. If you've been in before, we'll be able to bring you straight into the call. If you're a first-time caller, we'll need to exchange friend requests before I can bring you in.
And what can they talk about, Albert?
All thing Rangers.
Yeah. He's learning TFK, isn't he?
Oh, he's doing well.
Oh, don't ask me about that Skype carry on, by the way. I would say if you've got a dookie, you can send a pigeon as well.
We need to get you on Skype, Albert. We need to get you on Skype.
Oh, dear. Brilliant.
You need to join the technical department, Albert.
You've been joined on the line by a phone caller, mate.
I think it's Big Al, mate. I think it's actually Big Al. I might be wrong. Evening
Might
caller.
be.
Hello. Hey, guys.
How we doing?
Brisbane Bear here.
Brisbane Bear. I knew it was an Australian number. Sorry about that. How we doing, mate?
Oh, not bad. I was just wondering, do you not think we need to get at least 2 strikers before the season starts?
Personally, I think
we've got Fred.
We need at least one out-and-out centre as a third choice for backup, personally.
Well, see, the way I'm thinking is it's actually for next season, because we've got Fred and we've got Defoe, right? So if Fred plays well this year, we'll lose him next year. Then Defoe's loan is up, and we can't afford to pay the whole of Defoe's wages. So we're ending up with no striker at the start of next season. So why don't we get a couple of decent ones now, and then we can bed them in this season, so we're not running a bit crazy next season to buy a striker.
There's logic in that, JFK, but obviously it'll come down to pound, shillings and pence.
Aye, there is, I can see the thinking there, as I said at the start of the show, I mean, if we keep Fred for the rest of the season and we can win the championship, then his value escalates to what we think he's worth, 25 million, whatever. But I'm in the same camp as you, Oxy, and we've spoken about this before. We need a backup striker, and a lot of people say, what do you mean a backup striker? But no, the way I look at it, we need somebody, if the guys are injured or suspended, we need somebody who can just slot right in. It's not just somebody who can just be a bit part player. For next season, I don't know. I don't think it's money that Rangers are willing to spend now until the time comes that if Fred goes. And that was sooner rather than later. And that's why I think we should tie him up in a extended contract. Jermaine Defoe, don't forget, when his loan deal expires with Rangers, that's his contract expired with Bournemouth as well. So whether we offer him any sort of contract will be up to him, because don't forget, if the talk is right what he said there during the week, that he's been approached by many fellow professionals who said he'd love to play for Rangers, and he wishes he'd signed for Rangers 3 or 4 years ago. So he might have something still to offer us when his contract expires with Bournemouth, and whether Steven Gerrard or whatever takes that option up. As for Fred, I think we can't do without Fred this year. So we just need to wait and see that what transpires. He's contracted to 22 or 23 this season. 22 or 23 season he's contracted to. So he's got a good extension in the contract, and if he extended that longer, then that would enhance the price that people would need to pay for him. And that might be the deal that say, well, you extend your contract and we'll let you go after next season as long as you win the Premiership. But another striker, I would like to see bring it. McGuinness was talked about. Oxford talked about McGuinness, and I would take him. He'd be all right for me.
Only because value for money. And
yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah.
Albert.
But when they be
on you go, Brisbane Bear.
Would we not be better to go down the Joe Arborio route and see if we can snap up a young fella that's up and coming and get him into the squad now this year? Because we don't Defoe might get a big offer for China at the end of the season, and he's 40, 30 odd. Another season in Scotland would probably scupper that. So if he gets a big offer for China, he'd be off, I was reckon. Fred plays is good.
On you go.
Fred plays.
What I was going to say is, mate, remember, guys, Alfredo Morelos will only believe us for nothing next year. I would like to think that we're going to keep Alfredo Morelos and Defoe this year. Like Jimmy's saying, get a backup striker, McGuinness in or whatever, and when we get money for Morelos next year, be it 15, 20, maybe even 25 million, we'll have money to then go and spend on a top quality striker, mate. I mean, it'll be like for like, I would imagine. If we've got money to spend for Morelos, we'll be buying an automatic replacement, mate, a £5, £6, £7 million striker. So I wouldn't worry about that, mate. I would just concentrate on maybe getting a backup striker rather than trying to bed an or two strikers in for next year, because they're not going to see much game time, mate, and it's just more wages for the club and things like that. But I definitely get your point, mate. But just remember, guys, Alfredo Morelos will only believe in for nothing, so it'll be like for like, mate. I would imagine we'll get a big transfer and a big striker.
Yeah, you're here.
The only issue with that, I would think, is the amount of guys we've had that's came to the Scottish League that kind of hack it. There might be a good striker in England. You come up to Scotland and they kick lumps out of them. Fred puts up with it, and Defoe's got enough quality to avoid it. But you pick up a French striker or somebody like that, they're not going to hack it in the Scottish League with the hammer throwers and all the numpties.
We've picked up Yeloviches and Puzzles and things like that before Alfredo, mate, so I've got every confidence in Stevie G that he'll bring the right calibre of player back in. I mean, there will be life after Alfredo, but like I say, mate, it will be a like for like. It will be a big transfer out and a big transfer in. I believe that, mate. I don't think Stevie G's going to go and rely on a third choice striker to replace him, mate. I think it will be like for like, one out and one in, if he goes, which will be next summer.
Albert, in you come, Albert.
I think we need a striker. I think we definitely need one for this year. Whether we need two going forward for next year, it's a decent enough point. You know what I mean? I never actually thought of that, but one for this year. And I'd rather have something different from what we've got. I want a big striker. You know what I mean? Somebody's decent in the air, just for a bit of variety, just so you can change your game plan if you so choose. That's what I'll be looking for. But I think we're a bit light at the moment with the strikers. We definitely need a striker.
I agree, mate. I think two in a season, mate, just be... Well, obviously, Defoe's never injured and Morelos is never suspended,
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? But the thing is, if we spend, whatever, 15 million on a striker, if we sell Morelos, then can we afford the wages of a £15 million striker? This is the other. We can spend all the money we want, but if we can't afford the wages to keep him, then we're kind of got a glass ceiling in Scotland.
I don't think we'll be getting a £50 million player anyway, mate. It doesn't fit our business model. Our business model is buy cheap, sell dear. That's what we're all about at the moment.
Don't forget.
The most we'll ever play. Sorry, mate.
Well, highest amount we'll ever pay for a player was £12 million.
Yeah,
it's low.
Yeah,
so we're not going to go to the 15 million. I mean Brisbane. Well, there's a guy down south I know, Ollie McBurney, and there's silly money being talked about him for 20 million quid, and there's still a bidding war going on.
Did you see that money for him?
Aye, 20 million Oxford. So I mean,
what was that worth of my peak in JFK? You know what I mean?
Oh, at least half of that, mate. But no. The fact of the matter is, Brisbane, if the market down there is looking that inflated, so if Fred was gone next season for me, then it'd be 30 million for him. If they're trying to tell me that McBurney is worth 20 million, then somebody's having a laugh. So I can see where you're comfy, but the model that Rangers have got now, I mean, the 3.5 million we paid for Alander is kind of in the market that we're in there between 3.5 and 5 million is the best that I think the Rangers would be willing to pay, and I'm happy for that to go forward. But yeah, I agree with you. We need another striker. Look, there's a lot of young strikers out there who were all getting named about. I mean, the boy Shanklin for Ayr United, who's now playing with Scumdy United, and that. Players like that. I mean, we've just let Andrew Dallas go. He signed a 2-year contract in South there. I think it's with Cambridge. So we've got a lot of young boys there that we're looking at, and they're not going to fit the bill. As I said to you before, we're a winning team. We want to be a winning team, and we need to hit the ground running. We've not got a lot of time to bring in too many young boys. And if there's a good striker out there for 3 or 4 million, and there isn't many of them, by the way, as we know, then we just need to bite the bullet and see what happens. If Fred goes for 25 million next year, and we can afford to bring somebody in. But I'm with Ox here. I think we should bring in 8 other backup striker, a proven striker, not just somebody who's going to just sit on the bench. A proven striker who's willing to come to Rangers and say, I'll take my chance when it comes. And if any of the 2 guys get suspended or injured, then it's somebody you could turn on and say, I'll give you an instance, like Andy Gray, a way back. Andy Gray came for a season and a half, proven guy, wanted to prove his point, signed for a club that he loved. Somebody like that, come in, I don't mind sitting on the bench and come on now and again. So that is Oxford said, if Guy McGuinness is there, that'd be okay. But we'll just need to wait and see what happens.
Yeah. Was Trevor Francis a striker?
No, he played it in the wing for us, mate.
Was he a winger, was he? I mind when they signed him as well. He only stayed the season, didn't he?
Aye. One of the best penalties I've ever seen against Aberdeen. The penalty shootout. I don't know how you can remember it. You were a bit under the weather that day.
I remember the goalkeeper, the Russian goalkeeper, threw the ball and it hit off Ali McCoy's back, and Trevor Francis put it in the net. Remember that night? Can't remember the name of the Russian.
Was it no Mark Falcal that put it in the net?
Oh, I can't remember. Was it?
Falcao, I remember him, yeah.
I must have been drunk that night, I know.
Because I remember that shot. It went in, the keeper grabbed it, and I turned to my brother and says, "What do we expect to score? He's too classy a keeper to make that mistake." Then he hit McCoy's for the ball, and Falco put it in. My brother just turned and went, "Oh, he's very classy, isn't he?"
Oh, do you remember that game, Stardog guy?
What year was that, mate?
1987.
I wasn't even born. 4 years before I was born.
Stardog, see at the end of the show, you stay on for a wee 2 minutes, mate. A wee chat with you.
No worries, buddy.
Are you okay, pal?
JFK lifted me over for that game.
I'm been joined by Jim on the phone.
He was there, mate, but he'd gone. I think he's dropped out again.
Don't listen to him, Stardog. Me and my 3 pals lifted Oxshire at a turnstile.
Oh, that's new. That wasn't the end, mate.
Oh, that was all right. Was it? Aye.
These boys were hooligans back in the day, eh?
Well, I don't know about hooligans and that, but we done some things.
Yeah. I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. No more needs to be said.
I don't believe it, aye. The hokey cokey.
Hakuna Matata, JFK.
Oh, well, if you say so, mate, I've never sniffed it, but I'll try it.
Oh, dear. Brisbane Bear, are you happy with the squad? Obviously, I agree with you. I think we do need a striker in because of the reason I've gave, but the rest of the squad, are you happy? Those Brisbane Bear.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't. I think we're doing great. Hopefully Barisic pulls the finger out and he becomes the player that he should be. That's my only worry is like the left back. Everything else seems great actually. That the new young fella in central defence, he looks like a bit of a bargain. He can pass a bar, which is good. Yeah, it's looking pretty good to be honest. So maybe just say like a bit of backup up front, and hopefully Barisic comes good in the left back. He's swung in a few good crosses that last couple of games he played. So, but then it's no Scottish football, is it? It was playing against teams that want to play football. So we've got to see what happens when the kicking and biting and scratching starts and the league starts. So.
Is football that unique? Obviously, you're on the other side of the world, mate. You see other football as well. Is Scottish football that unique?
It's a different planet. It's when I watch the EPL pretty much. I stay up from the whole Saturday night, watch the football at night, and you watch the Scottish football and it's pretty anti-football. I mean, especially when I never see any of the other Scottish games, but the English football, the team is playing to play against the other team, and in Scotland it's just like they're just out to hatchet or stop everybody playing. Like they're more concentrated on upsetting Fred than they are on playing football, or they're more concentrated in trying to kick people than they are concentrating on their own team, you know. And then watch the English, even the first division or the Championship, they pass the ball and they're no interested in the other players in the other team. They do their thing, and that's what they're there for. But in Scotland, it seems everybody's sent out to annihilate the opposition rather than to play your game, sort of thing. So yeah, it's different planets. Sometimes you see highlights sometimes, and it's fucking embarrassing, you know. Sorry. Yeah, it gets embarrassing. There's the big hump it up the park stuff. But yeah, I get up and watch it every morning anyway, so I'll be up tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. It is. Yeah, tomorrow morning. I think it's 3:30 tomorrow. I'm going to watch it and then go to my work.
6:30 British Greenwich Mean Time, yeah? Half past
yeah,
6.
you take off. You take off 3 basically for here, so yeah, it's 6:30, so it's 3:30 here, so yeah, get up and watch it and get to the work after it. So, but yeah, no, it is addictive. You just kind of watch it. But I mean, I've watched all the friendlies live as well, so they went all right actually. The friendlies they were quite good. The Blackburn game wasn't that flash, but they should have made it past Derby.
If we'd hadn't lost that goal against Blackburn and had that 5-minute spell against them, maybe 10-minute spell after that, when the pre-season would have been pretty much perfect. Talking about perfect, we've been joined by Big Ulster. How are we doing, big man?
Original gangster.
I'm doing very well, thank you.
How are you doing, mate?
Gangster. Wish I had the money of a gangster.
But you've got men money. Yeah, remember I've been out with you. And these shots.
Can't remember
it. What are you thinking about the third striker, big man?
What? Look, what's this? I see. I haven't really been hearing what you've been saying there today. So that you just phoned in. Is this about a new third striker?
No, Brisbane Bears come in and said we've only got 2 strikers, and are we short do and gone forward in that position? Oh,
yeah. At the minute, probably not, because we play the one up front. If you were having both players fit at all times, but with the Defoe's age and Morelos getting himself sent off like last season, then you could be struggling. So I think it'd be a good option to get another one in for either of those 2 reasons. Because can we trust Morelos to always be on the pitch? You know, and at Defoe's age, can he be playing every single game and pulling us out of a hole each week? That'll be that's a tough ask. So, yeah, I think an extra striker would be a good option for us.
And the man that we mentioned for value for money because he would be different and cheap and reasonable was an Ulsterman. Well, he plays for Northern Ireland.
Oh, right.
McGuinness.
No chance.
No
chance.
You don't fancy him?
No, not for me. I just don't rate him. He's a big nuisance. Like, he is a big nuisance. He's got a lot of strength and stuff. But if you're going for a league title and, you know,
you're not going to have
week
Messi sitting on the bench, mate. It's who you're
Well,
going to
I
get
know.
to come in
I
as
know.
third choice, yeah.
Well, this is it. Yeah, I know what you mean. Now, you have to get a standard striker, I suppose, is willing to come to the club and be third fiddle to Defoe and Morelos. So yeah, and I get your reasons though. But the only thing would worry me is if you were, if it was really needed and we were stuck at, to play say 5 or 6 games in a row, you could be struggling with Big McGuinness, in my opinion.
Do you have a player in mind, Ulster? Do you? I'm the same as Ox here. I think a player. He's not the greatest of players, but he's something maybe come from nothing.
I'm not saying he's a star turner. I'm saying
No. I can see what Ulster's saying there, but I mean, if I'm saying to Ulster, would there be anybody in your mind, any name that you would maybe pick out that because we all know that the gaffer's not going to go out and pay a lot of money for a third choice, as you call them, the third fiddle. So, is there somebody that you would maybe like to see as that third fiddle?
Oh, it's hard to say, isn't it? It's a fair point that you make there, because what standard of player are you going to get that's going to want to be behind those 2 strikers? He's not getting the game as well. The only guy I would like, obviously, I don't think it's going to happen, but it's been rumoured, and he'd obviously not come as a third striker. But I think your man Rufai from Leeds, if we were to lose, say, one of our strikers and had a bit of money, I would like us to invest in him, because I think he's very good. Watching Leeds a bit last season,
he's valued at 10 million, Ulster. Dude,
is that his value now? I thought it was 5. Could be wrong.
I think that story was a non-story. He's better than that. No, we're not going to pay £5-6 million. No, at this moment in time, or no. But
can I fling a name out there?
On you go, pal.
What about Czech Tossin, JFK? Everton's looking to get rid of him.
No. Tossin. Tosin. Or TOS.
Or UN.
UN it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good shout, aye.
I mean, he came from Besiktas originally, Ox. I don't know if you know much about him, mate. He came from Besiktas originally, he scored a few goals earlier for them. Everton haven't really gave him a chance. He scored a few goals, mate, when he's had chances, but as I say, he's not really had much game time. They're looking to offload him this year, so as a third option, mate, he's a big lumpy of a guy. He puts his cell a bit up there as well, so it would be an option, mate.
I don't know, but the trouble is, mate, you've got to be realistic about it. You're maybe then talking about somebody'd want 30 grand a week in wages to be
it just depends what kind of options he's got out there. Obviously, we're a big club, mate. If he's wanting to come up here and make a name for himself and take a pay cut, I mean, I don't know. It was just a name, mate. I was just flinging it out there. It would only cost me about 5 million.
See what you've done here, Brisbane Bear. You've got us talking about people I don't even know about.
Yeah, I've never heard of them. What, do you reckon we go into the loan market then? Maybe get that Wilson for Liverpool for a season.
Ryan Brewster.
Who?
Ryan Brewster.
Ryan Brewster? Who does she play for?
Liverpool striker, mate. JFK will know him too.
Aye, plays for Liverpool, aye. He scored a couple of goals from him last week.
Yep.
Yeah, not a bad player.
Good shout and all, isn't it, JFK?
Aye, he's a good player, aye. That'd be a nice one. I'll be quite honest, if I had a choice of a striker like Brewster or taking Kent, I'd take the striker first.
There we go. Aye, interesting.
Can I ask just a quick question, Alex, just before we go, or before you move on?
On you go, mate.
I don't. You've talked about this, and I haven't heard it earlier on. But is everybody confident of keeping Morelos this window?
I think we're in the lap of the gods, mate. Obviously, he's the Chinese one, we reckon, was a bit of fake news. But the EPL window's open for another week, roughly, innit? And then some of the European markets are still open, so you don't know, mate. You don't know. Once the EPL and there's a lot of money stops moving, it calms everything down, doesn't it?
2nd of September, Oxford. 2nd of September is when the hour window shuts.
Aye. I don't get that. I thought you were going to have windows it would be everybody would have the same one. I don't really understand it, but there you go. That's only me. Brisbane Bear, do you get any thoughts on what Big Ulster's just said?
I reckon when the English window shuts, we'll be safe because Fred's obsessed with the English league. He doesn't want to play anywhere else. I couldn't see him going to France, or he wouldn't have fit. Well, he might be all right in Spain, I guess, but I couldn't see Fred wanting to go anywhere else. I mean, he seems he's pretty focused on playing in the English Premiership, so I reckon we'd be safe enough once that window shuts. And there's a few, I think it was at West Ham that were looking at him. I think they signed a fella not long ago as well. So the teams that were linked with him have been signing big players. Yeah. So
Newcastle as well, Brisbane. Newcastle as well.
Yeah.
Brisbane. They were bumping their gums about him, but they've just paid £40 million for a striker. So that takes out.
Yeah, he's not going there now. So
no, he's not going there now.
Neither's Tav. Tav's going nowhere. So no, I reckon because he would be in. I reckon it'd be a bottom half team that'd be after him at this time, and most of them have signed up who they're signing. I think, but you never know. Might get one of these last minute offers, but CBG says we're not going to take them. But somebody comes in with that.
Don't forget what happened. You're talking about a middle tier team in England, but don't look what happened with Van Dijk. He went to Southampton and he got his move to Liverpool. And Andy Robertson, Hull City, worked his way through.
That's what I was saying. I don't think any of the big top half teams will come in for him because they don't really rate Scottish football. So it's going to be a bottom half English team, and most of them have their business done or pretty close to having it done already. So it's like Man United is going to come in for all of that.
In a moment. Anyway, we'll be joined by another caller. Evening, caller.
Hello.
Hello.
I think we should sell Morales.
You think we should sell him?
Yes.
Tell people who you are first, mate. What's your name?
Craig.
Craig, what's your thinking? Why? What kind of price do you think we should take for Morales?
20 million.
20 million. And who would you bring in to replace him, Craig?
Daniel Sturridge.
Daniel Sturridge?
Aye.
Aye, all right, okay. It's a thought. I mean, awful injury prone. I'll go to my Liverpool experts. What one? We'll get two on here.
Never happened. Daniel Sturridge is on £110,000 a week.
Is his contract not up, JFK?
Doesn't matter if his contract's up or not. He's earning £110,000 a week. So it's pie in the sky. Even if he came to Rangers for half of that, Rangers wouldn't pay that. So it's pie in the sky. And I wouldn't touch him. I wouldn't touch him anyway. He's a shit player. He's injury prone though. He's for me, it's a non-starter.
Mate, to the point, JFK, mate, we know he picks and chooses when he plays also. I don't want a guy like that at my club, mate.
He cuts his toenail too far. He wants to go to the sick room. For me, it's
all right, don't know. Let's not have a go at Craig. It's only his.
I'm not going to go at Craig. Just saying that.
No, I'm not saying you are, but just
he's no for me. 110,000 a week. Nah.
I mean, remember, his rationale is we'd have 20 million in the bank, all bare.
No, I wouldn't. But I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't take Sturridge myself. With 20 million. The only thing I've got with Morales is the last 2 days of the transfer window when the panic sets in down there. You know yourself what happens with that brigade down there. And the panic will set in because it's set in every year. So it's the last 2 days for Morales. If we get 20 million, fair enough. I mean, doesn't mean you have to go out and spend the 20 million. I mean, as long as
the thing is, Albert, if Rangers go to spend, if Rangers sell Alfredo Morelos the last 2 days in the transfer window, you'd be as well just shutting the gates of Ibrox. Where are they going to get another player that can score 30 goals in the last 2 days?
GFK, what happens if Morelos breaks his leg the day after the transfer window? Do we shut the gates of Ibrox then or not?
Well, that's one of the hypothetical things, you know what I mean?
But you can't. Players come and go all the time, mate. I remember when we were saying.
I'll ask you a question then, right? I'll ask everybody a question. Would everybody be happy here? We've got Jermaine Defoe and Alfredo Morelos, and 2 days before the window shuts, how many in here would be happy if
I need
we
to
sold
cut
Alfredo
across you, mate. We'll get a caller, and there's a lot of noise coming from. Evening, caller.
Good evening, Rangers Radio. Pleased to speak to you. My first time caller.
What's your name, mate?
It's Shuggy Mac from Hartlepool.
All right, mate. How you doing?
Not so bad, mate. Yourself?
All right, mate. What's on your mind?
I'm just listening about your conversation. I'm of the same opinion that we need at least one striker in before the transfer window shuts. Because if Morelos does go, I think we're very weak up front with the options that we've got, because we've only got Defoe, and I don't believe that Defoe will last the full season, to be quite honest with you.
At his age?
Aye.
Well, what I'll do is I'll put you in the youth of the panel. Albert, you want to take that?
Aye, it's a point, and I agree with the guy. I mean, it's definitely agree, because I don't think Defoe will last the full season. No, he'll last a fair chunk here, there's no doubt about that, if he's managed properly. But you'll know, if anything happens to Defoe, if anything happens to Morales, he can't take up the full weight of the main striker for the full season, say for the 60 games. It just won't happen. So definitely we need a striker, and definitely.
Big Ulster.
No, yeah, I agree with the caller. Definitely need somebody in, especially with the Europe as well, because we've seen last season how many games, especially if you get yourself into the groups, games come thick and fast, and you need that extra body in there, definitely, and especially with the Morelos thing, because, I just feel like, if a big offer did come in for him, as you were saying there, maybe the last couple of days of the window, I think he'd be itching to try and take it, and it's hard to keep players, really, isn't it, if they want to go. Not saying that'll happen, of course, hopefully it doesn't, but it can happen, so you need to be prepared.
It could happen to anybody. Fox, you want to come in, mate?
No.
Short and sweet. Good old Fox.
He's still on a huff.
Can I come in there, Fox, yeah?
He's still on a huff about his sunglasses.
Right, I'll have to hear this later.
I don't see your rationale here. Where are we going to get money to bring a striker in that scores 30 goals, the same as Alfredo? If we
sold him, or are we keeping?
Well, exactly. Who are we going to get for the no? Alfredo Morelos scored 30 goals last season, right? If you're looking for a 30 goal striker right now, you're going to have to pay 20 million for him. Easy. Because if we can't find another diamond like Alfredo Morelos, then we're fucked. Right? So, as far as I'm concerned, I'd love to see us bring another striker in to enhance Alfredo and Jermaine Defoe. But if Rangers decide to sell Alfredo Morelos 2 days, 3 days a week before the transfer window shuts, then we're fucked. Right? Because that's bad business by Rangers.
But we might know. We might know we decide that, mate. We don't know.
Well, there's no use singing 55's alive then, because we're no date with Jermaine Defoe and 8 other strikers like McGuinness. So I think the talk about bringing another striker in the new is silly, because if you're thinking about bringing a striker in to replace Alfredo Morelos, if the possibility I'm leaving, we don't have that type of money. So we need to keep Alfredo Morelos, and with a promise that as we win the league this season, then you can name your price.
Just out of curiosity, when was our best run of form last season?
I know what you're saying, but look, you tell me many strikers. Sorry.
Something's. I think it's the cause.
I would just like to say that I think Jimmy's right there, because we certainly do not have the money to recruit another player. We need to get rid of Morelos straight away if that was the case, and I just do not see that happening. And I think that's the chances of the league gone if Morelos goes. I know we shouldn't rely on Morelos too much, but I just think we're playing a curveball here. If we really want to win the league, we're not going to win it if Morelos goes.
that's exactly my thinking. That I mean, if we hang on, either the gaffer did say during the week there that Fred needs to come out and tell us if he's staying or going.
He said that he's not doing it today. Did you see that?
Aye, I know that. I heard that. Right. So, but the fact of the matter is that if we let him go without bringing MD in to replace him, which is the same as him, whether you're saying what was the best form or not, we know his temperament. But I would rather that Alfredo Morelos will go to the new and score 30 goals and win the 55 next season than just say sell him for the sake of selling him for 25 million.
Aye, but it might not be our choice, JFK, because we don't know what's in
Well, I tell you,
we've reached that time of the evening. Can I thank everybody who's took the opportunity to phone in, particularly the first-time callers and the people who take the time to phone us all the way from Australia. It's absolutely fantastic, lads.
Superb.
It is.
Yep. And don't forget Big Ulster. Sneaking in the boys' gate later on. Thanks to everybody that's joined us here on Rangers Radio on the calls. Thanks to everybody listening in the lobby and everybody listening and all the other devices. This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back at our normal time tomorrow night between 9 and 11 after the Progress game. There'll be no pre-match show because it's a wee bit early. See you tomorrow night. I hope JFK enjoys the theatre. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Today, forever and for always, we are Rangers through and through. Well, the legends come and the legends go, but Rangers live on just the same. For a new one's born when the blue shirts won. And we all remember their name. We are the legendary Rangers. We wear the legendary blue. Today, forever and for always, we are Rangers through and through. And there is no doubt what we're all about when we face the world.